Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's beginner / casual. Yes, it's a very creative name, top 5 camp competition. Jesus Christ. Yes, if you haven't seen, guys, we have split the top 5 camps into 2 separate comps now. We have the Pro League, which was shown yesterday. Make sure you check that video out. And of course, the video that you're watching now, unless you've immediately clicked off it, is the beginner / casual builds. These will be shown every Sunday going forward. Now, the format hasn't changed. All the camps will still be played in no particular order. And then at the end, we'll rank them and rate them. Okay then, so the first ever camp in this brand new category is Slog the Frog with the Bandit Bayou build. Simply lovely. What I liked about this one is the fact that Slog has actually built a settlement rather than just your bog standard housey kind of camp. It's not often that you see this kind of stuff in Fallout 76. It does give me Fallout 4 vibes, I'm not going to lie to you. Now, the level of detail in this is great as well. I like how Slog's made a load of docks. He's got the barrels in the water as kind of makeshift stepping stones. We've got submerged cars holding up pieces of decking. Yeah, it has a really ramshackle, thrown together kind of look about it. And I love it. I cannot fault this interior one bit. Great use of the location. Amazing overall design. Yeah, top notch. Top notch. Now, on the interior side of things, we don't get to see too much, but from the little I can see, yeah, it's not too bad. It looks very practical. There is a lot of workbenches and whatnot, which is always handy in a camp. I think a lot of us forget that a camp is, functional rather than just artwork sometimes. I've got no complaints about it. Fair play, Slog. Well done, mate. Thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on whatever position you find yourself in. Okay then, so for camp number 2, we have Strata Blaster with the Rads and Ramen build. Now, I'm just going to come out and say it straight away, yeah? Strata, if this is the level of building that you're at, you may be able to push for the pro tier. Now, I'm not trying to twist your arm or anything like that. It's just something to think on, yeah? Maybe something to look at in the future. This is a really high quality build, Very impressive. I love the ramshackle look of it. It's very immersive, but it also looks like a pre-war house or business that's been repurposed after the bombs have dropped. It's a really nice mixture and I'm all for it. I love the fact that you've used different wall textures around the gaff as well. Again, gives it that lore-friendly kind of look. The level of detail on it, including the underpinnings, you can't forget the underpinnings. It really is up there. I'm very impressed with this exterior. Very impressed. Now, in terms of the interior spaces, not too bad. Not too bad. Overall, I think it's done decently. Could do with a little bit more for my liking, but that's just a minor little criticism. Please don't take it too seriously. In a nutshell, Finger Blaster, I think you could say you've knocked this into the stratosphere. God, that was fucking terrible. But yeah, seriously cool camp this. Thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on whatever position you find yourself in. So, camp number 3, we have the Maya Swamp Shack by Alex Stone. Wow, this is an unusual looking build, isn't it? I don't even really know how to describe it. Properly mad shape going on here. There's a lot of angulation in this situation. I actually can't work out what is happening here, but I like it because it's unique. It does stand out. It's got quite a stilted look about it. Yeah, it's a strange one. Very, very strange. Certainly catches the eye, and it's, it doesn't look like the simplest of things to build. I don't actually know how to describe this thing. I won't really say it's lore-friendly either. Is it though? I don't know. I've never seen anything quite like this. Probably be easier to make more stuff out if it weren't in the fucking mire. Not that I've got anything against the mire, of course, but yeah, the lighting, while it is great, it does make it a little bit hard to spot stuff. Yeah, it is a bit of an odd one, this, but I am going to say I really like it, purely and simply for that reason. It's very confusing. Like I say, I'm not sure what it is, but that gives it really high marks for me because it has me scratching my head. It's different. It is very, very different, Alex. So hats off to you for that. Now, onto your interior. I actually really do like it. It's fairly well fleshed out. There's some cool stuff that's been put down in there. It's clearly got some thought behind it, how everything's been done. Yeah, I cannot fault it one bit. The outside of it, the inside of it, great. Really solid build, this, Alex. Thank you very much for submitting this week. And congratulations on whatever position you find yourself in. Bloody weird one, this. Very, very weird. Right, so for camp number 4, we have the Clarksburg Raider Outpost by the Atomic Punk. Again, I love the settlement-y kind of vibes that is coming from this. You know, that perimeter wall and whatnot. It looks bloody fantastic from this first initial shot. And the fact that it's in the Cocaine Valley as well, it really matches in with this location. I don't know what it is about the Toxic Valley. It just loves a good raider build. They always fit right in. Oh, I've just noticed, actually, that's the pre-existing toilet block, isn't it? Yeah, that bloody hell, I've literally only just noticed that. This fits in really well. This could literally be an in-game location. I honestly couldn't tell the difference there between what Punk's built and that pre-existing building. Fair play, mate, fair play. Now, like I say, I think the perimeter wall is a fantastic idea. It looks spot on, but the actual building that Punk has built is great as well. I like how he's used the prefab awning, the gas station awning, and incorporated his structure inside of that. Matches in with that toilet block really well. The junk items that are knocking around as well are spot on. Again, the pre-existing deck chairs and the fences and whatnot. It all adds to it, gives it a really scrappy and thrown together kind of vibe. This is a sick build, Punk, and the more I look at it, the more I see. Very impressive work, actually. Now, on the interior side of things, I'm not really seeing too much. Let me just have a double check. I mean, yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Not my favourite of the week, I'm not going to lie to you. But the exterior is most definitely one of my favourites of the week, 100%. This is a fairly strong build, this, mate. It's going to be very, very hard for me to place. Intriguing. Going to have a long think about this one. Atomic Punk, thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on whatever position you find yourself in. And yes, that was my child raging at his Xbox in the background. So much like his dad. So now we come on to camp number 5, but remember, we have 2 honourable mentions in the competition. So this is not the last one, there's another 2 after this. But this absolute bad boy is the Swampy Surplus by Sir Spoon. Beautiful. Now, this is another camp that could possibly kick it in the Pro League. Very, very, very well put together. Solo friendly, so scrappy. It does look like a repurposed pre-war building. Again, much like Strata Blasters. It's been done extremely well. I think if you whack this in the Charleston spot, you know, where everybody builds shops and whatnot, you could, at first glance, mistake it for an in-game super-duper mart. Yeah, do you see what I'm driving at, or is that just me? Let me know down in the comments. Personally, I think this is an extremely convincing build in terms of actually fitting into the game. I like this. I really do like this. Aside from the build itself as well, we've got to take into account the dock which Sir Spoon has made and the level of decor that's been put down, even inside of the boat. It all adds to the overall detail in this build, and I think it's top notch. This, honestly, Spoon, really solid camp. This, pal, I cannot fault it. Easily up there this week for me, easily. You know what I like most about this though? Yeah. The decor actually continues onto the inside, and we have an extremely fleshed out interior, and it looks like what it's supposed to be, a surplus store. We've got more trinkets here than a pensioner's mantelpiece. Spoon, props to you for the levels of realism on the outside. Again, more props to you for the level of detail that you've put on the inside of it, and yeah, you have put together a quality build here. Thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on whatever position you find yourself in, pal. I'm impressed with this one. Build number 6, we have Fluffner with the immersive homestead cabin. This is a pretty little camp, this. There's not actually too much to it, though, if I'm honest with you. It's small, it's compact, but it's full of character. On the exterior, one thing I really did like was the wooden planks that Fluffner has made in the garden area. Looks absolutely fantastic, and it's a nice little bit of trickery. I'm a fan of all the junk that Fluffner has got on the outside as well, but it's not too much. It's still enough to feel realistic. The car's my favourite, not going to lie to you. It reminds me of Skemersdale, yeah? Every time you drive through there, you see a car on bricks, and that's all I'm going to say on the subject, because I've already pissed off Blackpool, apparently, in one video, so let's not annoy another relatively local place to me. But yeah, all jokes aside, exterior-wise, yeah, this is a cool camp. It feels very homely, is the best way of describing it. onto the structure itself. Like I said, it's quite small. There's not actually too much to it. But if we step inside, that small stature actually has a massive advantage. It makes this place look absolutely packed. And my God, the levels of decor that Fluff's got in here and practicality with all the workbenches is bloody unreal. Jesus Christ, she has gone to town with this. Some of the merges that she's done are just clever and functional. Some of the little tricks she's put in there, like the fold-down bed, adds a nice touch of class. This is by far my favourite interior of the week because there's just so much time and care been put into it. Yeah, Fluff, you've done a cracking job with this one. I really can't fault it. Ticks all the boxes. It's just a cool little camp, and yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about it. Thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on whatever position you find yourself in. Alright then, so for our 7th and final build, we have the Emmett Mountain Scrapper's Shack by Baker Boy. And again, this is probably the 3rd camp this week, which has looked bloody realistic. I love the roof on this thing. There's been a bit of time put into that alone. It looks like you've used multiple different pieces, burnt them, and then layered them on top of each other. That looks great. That roof actually looks bloody... It looks spot on, mate. Wow. And I know it's just a little thing and you're wondering why I'm getting excited about it, but that is awesome. I like that. I like that. I can appreciate it. I also really respect the fact that you've done it with the rest of the house as well. Yeah, every single wall piece has been layered and it looks great. It really gives it some texture. This is outstanding, actually, Baker Boy. This could have gone in the elite tier this week. This is really, really good work, my friend. Very impressive indeed. And I know some of you are thinking what you're banging on about here, TNG, but trust me, this is deceptively complicated. It really is. It's hard to get that kind of effect, and Baker Boy has done a lot to get that. Trust me now. Oh, it's even got underpinnings as well. Yeah. Favourite camp. Favourite camp. Nah, but seriously, cracking job. Cracking job. You have knocked this one out of the park, Baker Boy. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant structure. Let's take a look at your decor and see how you've got on in there. And yeah, much like the outside, you can see you've spent a lot of time on it. Nah, you've killed it. You have killed it. All the boxes you put underneath the units, the merges. This is a really, really good camp, this. Really good camp. Baker Boy, you've knocked this one out of the park, my friend. Hats off to you, mate. And yeah, congratulations on whatever position you come in. This is going to be a really hard one to place. But speaking of placements, let's get on to them now. And please let me know what you think down in the comments. Right, okay then. In the number 1 spot this week for me, it has got to be... It's got to be Baker Boy with that absolute banger of a build. Immersive, well put together, and full of trickery. Yeah, I love that one. So number 1 for me is Baker Boy. In the number 2 spot with another really lore-friendly and immersive build with some great interior decor, I'm going to give it to Sir Spoon this time around. Simply lovely. In the number 3 spot, we're going to put Strata Blaster. Again, excellent structure, but the interior just wasn't quite as good as Spoon's or Baker Boy in my opinion. But again, that is just my opinion. In the number 4 spot, I'm going to go with Slog the Frog for that amazing raider build in the new waterfall location. Love the settlement-y kind of vibes of it, and I did appreciate the fact you'd done a raider build. You don't see too many of them. Jesus Christ, I'm losing my voice at this point. So that leaves in the number 5 spot. Oh, toughie. But for me this week, I'm going to go with Atomic Punk. Awesome use of the pre-existing toilet block and making a structure to match in with it. And yeah, all around just an amazing looking camp that fitted in with the location perfectly. Aye, number 5 for me this week, Atomic Punk. That leaves Fluffner and Alex Stone in the 2 honourable mention spots. Both great builds and more than worthy of being honourable mentions. They really were. Aye, great work all round. Guys, I hope you all enjoyed this first edition of the Beginners League, Casual League, whatever you want to call it. I've really enjoyed doing it, actually, because there's 7 builds here that wouldn't have been seen on the channel otherwise. So, yeah, it's great. It's already working as intended. If any of you lot watching are interested in entering, there's a link down in the description. And, yeah, you've got 2 options on where to have a crack at it. But for now, as we say in the north, I'll love you and leave you, and I'll catch you next one. Have fun, everybody. Let me know what you think down below. I'm loving this.